what are the pros and cons of that besides, okay, good return, but the risk is you could lose it all?
Yeah.
Like, is there any other like times that, oh, it might be good to invest in junk bond or it might not?
I would say the best time to invest in junk bond is when the economy is good, because that's when companies tend to not fail.
Okay, good.
So if we're in a recession or we're heading into a recession, probably don't touch junk bonds.
Yes.
Right, so that's the only thing I'll say is, because usually if you're looking for a stable portfolio, junk bonds are not really the tool you would use. But if you ask me, hey, when's a good time to invest? In general, those are the things I would say.
So it's kind of like those would be considered speculative investments, like junk
Yes.
bonds. Are they really big in the US or something? Because do a lot of people invest in junk bonds or?
No, yes and no. I mean, the Big Short was a different story, as we were saying earlier, because the economy was so good, people got very reckless with their policies, regulations, and etc. It's a whole different ballgame. They basically, I don't want to use manipulation, but they basically, what used to be a very safe mortgage bond, and again, to what you were saying earlier, the 0% financing, no income, no credit check, they're just lending money to whomever wants to borrow. As you can see, that there's a problem now. Like, we don't even know if that person can repay. So they were taking a lot of risk with these maybe unqualified borrowers. That's where the problem started.
So unqualified companies offering all these junk bonds.
But lending it to unqualified borrowers.
Are you talking about borrowers of like the bonds? You mean, don't they buy the bonds?
No, so what happened in the US was that, as you were saying, banks take your money and they're lending out to whoever wants to borrow mortgages. What happened in 2008 was they got so careless about their lending criteria, they just lend money to whomever they wanted. So the banks themselves didn't do your credit check, they didn't look at your income, and they just gave you, here's your mortgage.
So those are unqualified borrowers? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then how is that related to the junk bonds?
Let me put it this way. They're related in a sense because they're still borrowing money. But except one is borrowing individual and the junk bond is borrowing by a corporation.
Oh,
so they're both unqualified. I usually use the word unqualified, but their financials are not quite there.
Okay, so the junk bond is the unqualified company.
Yes.
Taking money from borrowers.
Yes.
And the unqualified company might not be able to pay back that.
Exactly.
And then meanwhile, the unqualified borrowers are borrowing from the bank,
yes,
and the bank was lending to them.
Yes.
But the borrowers might not even pay back the bank.
Or they don't have the ability to.
Yeah, yeah. So there's actually, oh, okay, so